Alright, what's up gang? Today we're talking about Logan Paul, except we're not going to be talking about just the Dylan Dennis stuff. We'll get to that, but I really want to talk about the entirety of Logan Paul's story, his timeline, right, his villain arc, because I really think it's time for Logan Paul to log the fuck off the internet. This dude, over the course of his entire career, has been so controversial. He divides people so much. He's so annoying, and I'm just tired of seeing him, okay? So, of course, we got to start with, the conception, the birth of Logan Paul, the birth of a star, some may say, and that's whenever he started on Vine.
I've made a severe and continuous.
So Logan Paul started on Vine whenever Vine was popular, and he was basically just doing what he does best. He was basically just being annoying, basically just doing whatever he can to try to get the eyes on him, being like the fucking loser that he is, and just trying to get attention on him by being annoying as fuck. And he did this, and it succeeded so well to the point where he started making full-length videos, so that way people can see Logan Paul being a dumbass for 10 minutes instead of 6 seconds. And it only took him a few months before he hit like 5 million subscribers or something. I don't know, maybe that was Jake Paul, some about 5 million in 6 months. They're basically like Beavis and Butthead. They're the same person. It really doesn't matter. But yeah, Logan Paul got very successful on Vine. Then whenever Vine shut down, he started uploading on YouTube and became very successful on YouTube in around 2017. And he was successful because there was like 8 to 12-year-olds in 2017 that liked Logan Paul because he was loud and he said swear words and he broke plates, right? He's cool. But then he got into his first controversy.
I've made a severe and continuous.
Yeah, he did that.
I've made a severe.
So yeah, after Logan Paul filmed a dead guy in the forest, he decided that maybe all this drama shit wasn't for him, so he decided to start trying to make a comeback, and he did that by slowly growing out his beard, aka maturing himself, because as we all know, the second you grow hair on your face is the second you become a man. Now, Logan Paul also started his podcast Impulsive, which he likes to say is the #1 podcast in the world, which I don't think anybody over the age of 8 is listening to Impulsive, and he started making vlogs around his $1 million LA mansion. And now, I'm not gonna lie, during around 2020, whenever he made these vlogs, as much as it pains me to say it now, I was trying to turn into a fan of Logan Paul. These vlogs were actually kind of funny, and they showed a real person acting like a real human being instead of a dude screaming in front of a camera and throwing plates at the wall. But I wasn't the only person who liked Logan Paul back then. Everybody started to like Logan Paul, so much that Sunny V2, the biggest commentator on YouTube, made a video talking about how Logan Paul was able to come back, which definitely did not age well.
I've made a severe and continuous.
After him making this absolutely insane comeback that nobody would have seen coming, he saved his career, he's making more money than he's ever been, he's on top, people actually like him, he decides to scam his audience, which of course is the rational thing to do whenever people start liking you, just fucking manipulate them, and he did that with CryptoZoo. Now again, you guys already know this, but to sum it up, basically, he got a team of some of the biggest hackers in the world to make a fake crypto/NFT project that was supposed to be the next big thing, as all of them are, and then whenever that went to shit and he made all his money, he basically played the victim and acted like he was the one who was getting in trouble. He was the one who, he's the one who, everybody should be sorry for, because it wasn't my fault that you guys got scammed, it was the hackers that I employed. Guys, don't get mad at me, it was just because I got these hacked. But the funny thing about this situation is Logan Paul does absolutely everything in his power to try to convince you that he made absolutely no money on this situation, and he didn't even mean for it to be a scam in the first place, which is obviously why you would employ scammers to make a coin for you, because you never wanted it to be a scam. That's basically where the last piece of Logan Paul drama happened. Everybody fucking hated him, okay? He went from being, the loser that nobody likes, to being the loser that nobody likes on YouTube, to, filming a dead guy, then making a comeback, and then fucking ruining it. So basically, nobody trusted Logan Paul, nobody liked Logan Paul, and he was basically just chilling in his, corner of sorrow of YouTube, where nobody really liked him for a few months, until Logan decided, so, hey guys, I made like $5 million last month, but I only made like 4.8 million this month, so I think I need to start some drama here. And this brings us to a piece of the Logan Paul lore, which I haven't talked about yet, and that's his fighting career, if you can call it that. See, back in 2018, whenever YouTube boxing became a thing, him and his brother, Jack and Pale, decided that they were gonna start, boxing these other YouTubers. And why would they do this? Well, because boxing is really easy to start, you can fake being a boxer, and you can make a shit ton of money in one night doing it. So, to the Pool brothers, who are the biggest scammers on all of YouTube, this was right up their alley. So ever since about 2018 to now, they've been constantly doing these fights. Now the funny thing about these fights is it seems like they're trying to act all big and tough, like they're not scared to fight people, which is why they fight people who can barely even be considered fighters, people who haven't fought in forever, or people who aren't fighters. They'll do everything but fight a real fighter to prove to you that they are a real fighter, as one would do. But recently, Lincoln Log's new fight is against Dylan Dennis, Dennis. Now, Dylan Dennis has this great reputation on YouTube, right? People love Dylan Dennis. He's a great guy, scammed people 20 times. Just like Logan Paul, CoffeeZilla made a video basically roasting the shit out of him for all the scams that he's done. Dylan Dennis is known to be a scammer, just as Logan Paul is, so of course this fight seems right up their alley. It's scammer versus scammer. It's like in the early days of Fortnite Save the World, where you'd see those shit-ass scammer get scammed videos where they'd put down their good gun and then they'd switch around, they do the switcheroo. That's what this fight's gonna be on October 14th. Now this brings us to where literally every single commentary channel, fuck that, every channel on YouTube has already talked about this, so I'm not really gonna talk about, you know, what's going on with the Dylan Dennis drama. I don't really give a shit, okay? I haven't even really watched any videos about that, but I watched some of the recent press conference videos because they popped up in my recommended, figured I could make a video on it, and here's the first one.
Talking so much on Twitter, finally we can address it face to face. That's what I'm here for. I flew to London, I landed 3 hours ago. My man got a night to sleep here. I just got here.
So Logan Paul in this entire video does the tried and true method of trying to act like a big tough guy that a middle schooler would do, which is acting like you have this real gangbanger accent. You're big and tough, you're strong.
And you ghosting.
I think this is funny because I am a middle schooler and I see people at my school who are 13 to 11 doing this. So to see Logan Paul trying to act big and tough as like a 24, 25-year-old, it's kind of funny to me. Another thing I want to point out about this first video is Logan Paul drinks like he's sucking a tit. I don't know if he forgot how to drink because he's got so many scams brewing up in his head. He forgot how to, you know, drink out of a bottle, but for some fucking reason he puts his lips all the way over the bottle. Logan, that's not how you drink, buddy. Here's a diagram on how to drink out of a cup. It's not that difficult. You'd think somebody who can think of all these complex scams would know how to drink out of a prime bottle, but apparently you can't. Now that's just like a side video, basically like leading up to the big fight, the one that everybody cares about, the one that everybody's gonna, you know, their pants are gonna be on the ground. There's a full-length video that's about 20 minutes long, and I watched about half of it because I got so bored of it, because that entire video can again be summed up in basically just two middle schoolers beefing over who texted the girl first, because all they do in this video is repeat themselves.
You a real
Why'd
fighter.
you want to not do MMA?
You a real
Why'd
fighter.
you not want to do MMA?
I tell you what.
Okay, tell me what.
You're a real fighter, right?
Hey, what you do MMA?
Talk over themselves.
It's been a long time. I'll give you
Yeah,
that.
1,530
But you dealt with knee injuries. You dealt with knee injuries. You dealt with knee injuries. You know what
and
I'm
I
saying?
know that.
And have the worst fucking roasts imaginable.
DildoDanis.com.
You're having a word rage right now, bro.
DildoDanis.com. Running counter. That's how long it's been since you last fought.
Okay, yeah, don't worry. And I'm gonna come
And
back
you
with a
keep
great
calling-
knockout.
You
so
keep
it's
calling
good.
yourself a real fighter.
I'm gonna come back with a great knockout.
Real fighter. Explain this, real fighter.
Okay, so why won't you fight me in MMA then? So
What?
if I was so easy to fight.
What happened here?
This is Logan Paul and Dylan Dennis's favorite thing to do. This interview does absolutely nothing, and I think it's hilarious. Anytime Dylan or Logan tries to bring up a point about, you know, ooh, you did this, so you're actually the bigger bitch, I'm actually the cooler one, they just dodge the fucking question. Like there's some, I don't know, like fucking feminist or whatever.
You a real
Why'd
fighter.
you want to not do MMA?
You a real
Why'd
fighter.
you not want to do MMA?
I tell you what.
Okay, tell me what.
You're a real fighter, right?
Hey, what you do MMA?
Just every chance they get, every time they get asked a question, they just cut them off. They don't even acknowledge that that question was asked. It's pretty funny. They also talk over themselves at every single opportunity. Anytime any of them say something that's even like, oh, I got something on you, they just talk over it. They just completely act like that question didn't exist, and they just talk over it and say their own bullshit roast that absolutely means nothing. Now, the thing about fighter press conferences and all this is, this isn't a new thing, okay? Logan Paul didn't invent this. People have been doing this and like fighting or whatever for so long. This is what fighters do. They basically start up all this beef and make this giant lead up before the fight so that way they can get more people to buy the tickets, because it looks like it's two enemies fighting against each other instead of two regular people, which is honestly the reason I don't give a shit about the Logan Paul versus Dylan Dennis stuff, because all of it's fake. Think about it. Logan Paul has scammed his audience on every occasion possible. Do you really think he gives two shits what Dylan Dennis, another scammer on the internet, thinks about him? Absolutely not. He's just trying to get you to sell tickets to his fight. I do not care about his fight. I just think it's funny that Logan Paul at every opportunity has tripped, even whenever people decided, hey, maybe this guy's actually good, maybe we were wrong about him. No, he's just gonna scam us again. Logan Paul, log off the internet. You've made enough money. You're good. You're set for life. Your kids are set for life. Your wife that's been with 15 other guys before you is set for life, okay? You are fine. You don't need to make the money off this fight. You made enough with your fake fight against Floyd Mayweather. together, okay? But yeah, if you did like this video where I talked about Enlarging Poop's entire lore on YouTube, then you should go check out my video where I talked about Scrubby, talking about talking about his entire lore on YouTube, except the difference is he's actually a good guy, not a, you know, scammer fucking loser who thinks he's big tough on the playground. But whether you go watch that video or not, I appreciate you for 700 subscribers, and I appreciate you for watching this video all the way through, so thank you.